G'day everyone, Scott here from One Green Thumb Gardening in Toowoomba. Today I just want to do a quick video on first time using an Ego Select Cut self-propelled mower. So it doesn't matter whether you've got the XP, which is this model here, or the model down, which is just the Select Cut. They both function exactly the same. The only difference is this one here has higher newton meters of power. This one has 11 or 9. And the other one has 7 or 9. Anyway, this one's more powerful. That's the only difference. And if you've got, so here in Queensland, Australia, we've got Queensland Blue Couch, which is really quite a thick grass to mow. You definitely need the extra power. Okay, so when you get this sucker out of the box, you're going to have a battery, a charger, bag. You're going to have to put your bag on. So to lift up your handle, you just push this guy in. That will release a pin down there. And then, of course, you've got 3 modes. So you've got so when it first goes on, you got there 1, 2, and 3. So that's for going underneath a tree, basically. Or if you're like my 10-year-old daughter, she sometimes likes it down low. Then you've got your adjustment plate. So personally here in Australia, I like a 15 mil cut. These go down to bloody 27 mil cut. So I've got a couple mowers which I've actually had to adjust the height deck. But if you've got a grass like this one, where I'm actually using a 33 mil cut, which I've just done there, it's nice and thick and spongy. And then that goes all the way up. So if you've got really long grass, I advise starting off on number 5 or 6 first. Knock that bulk of the grass out, and then do it a second time. Number 1, it's going to save you a shit ton of battery. It's also, save your battery, and it will fill the catcher up quicker. If you try to go too low too soon, it'll just choke up the chute back here, and you're just going to keep clogging out and then wondering why this thing doesn't want to work. All right, it's not like some of the petrol-powered mowers that have a full chute at the back. They do work perfectly fine, and I love them. It's just a matter of if you've got really long grass, and I'm talking a foot high, 40 centimeters high, use your top one first and then go down to number 3, and then even if you have to, go down to number 2 to shave it out. All right, so I've got a 10 amp battery. I think most of them, the Select Cut come with 2 10s. So basically you just pull that, we'll pop him up, slip our battery in, make sure it clicks. To get your battery out, what you want to do is just push with your hand. See how that battery moves? And that'll make that easier to unclip. If you try to go like that, it's got the full tension of the spring pushing against your clip. So just put your hand on and you'll see that battery move down, and then that should come out easier. Sorry, let's just do it. There we go. All right, to open up our handles, you've got these 2 clips on the side. It won't work unless the handle's been extended, because there is a safety switch inside one of these that must be on that side with the electronics. So it will stop you from operating the mower unless that's been put out. There'll be 2 little bars just there that you'll be able to see where it comes up to. All right, let's hit the control panel. LED. There we go. Thank you. We'll need that very shortly. I'll be mowing in the dark. Okay, our control switch. When you first get this thing, start off, take it all the way down to off, and then you'll hear it click. Now we are in self-propelled mode. It'll want to feel like it takes off in a hurry, but it's not. It's quite slow. And then you can Now, I just wish that they had moved it a little bit closer and that your thumb could actually do that better. Anyway, so you can use your left hand, whatever. So then you've got both paddle shifts, which are really good when we're doing cornering. To operate it, you're going to push down your button first, then we're going to pull our paddle, and it'll go. So, sorry, one hand to push down that. Oop, that didn't go down far enough. The other tip is when you go to start your mower, it's best to lean it back so that your mower's blades are not sitting straight on the grass, taking up the friction. So we're going to push it down, hold him sort of back so our tyre's just off the ground. All right. Green there means good to go. All right, and then we can just use our, remember this guy? All right. Now what you want to do when you come into a corner is take your hand off, and this is going to take a bit of practice. Take your hand off, you're going to come into your corner, take your hand off, and we're going to turn basically to a 90 degree. And then what you're going to do is you're going to use your self-propel to pull you around the corner. So we're going to come in and take our hand off, and then when we get to there, we're going to use it to go around. Now, I will always mow my strips, but I'll mow 2 strips up and down here, which makes that ease of turning coming up. So what I'll have is I'll have 2 mower strips on either side, because otherwise, if you're going to try and come up to a garden bed, you're not going to be able to do it. Now, come off, and then, now it will take a bit of practice. I also advise sometimes to go out past your line to turn around and come through. What you can also do once you start getting used to this little sucker is when you're coming into your corner, is just pull back on it and your tyres will just spin, and then you can actually just drift it and it will basically pivot on the point. And when you're pivoting, make sure that you have this deck down flat. There will always be a variation in height when you press the self-propel. It'll actually lift up 5 mil, 1/4 of an inch. If your height between your grass is like too high at one section and too low at another, you can actually just push a bit of weight towards the front of the mower and it will drop that nose down and do a cut in between those 2 levels. All right, catcher. It's a bit tricky one-handed. Catcher, you've got 2 little hooks here. So when you lift it up, those 2 little hooks are going to slide in here. Now, after a lot of time, these here will clog up and sometimes it won't want to sit in there properly. These do go all the way to the ground, but just grab a screwdriver or something like that and you can actually just poke through. I use an air compressor gun, just give that a hit and it'll blow it out. I've also put a little piece of grass, and I'll show you that. So it sits just inside that chute. And the reason being is not so much in the winter, in the summer when you've got beautiful green grass, but when we start to get dry and it's just pure dust coming out the back, that saves a lot of dust in your face. Also, as soon as your grass starts to come out the side, you'll see grass start to come out the side, you'll know your catcher's full. Also, if you don't have this grass piece, you'll actually see grass start to come up and land on top of your catcher. That's when you also know that it's getting full. Or you can just give it a kick, and if it's solid, then it needs to be emptied. It is better to empty these things when they are full sort of to here, not chock-a-block, and it's choking up the whole mower. Then the lawnmower will stop. Two pack down. It's just a matter of unflip these guys, push down, clip your thingies up so you don't break them, and that's it. Take your catcher off, store him in the shed. Presto. All right, hopefully that wasn't too long and rambling on too much, but there's a lot to learn about these things. Don't be afraid. I don't know if in America and Canada you guys have gutters, but if you're in Australia, the best thing I love about that is you can't grind out on a gutter like you can on your Honda. There's a couple fins and stuff will actually protect the blades from grinding out on bloody concrete, which is fantastic. These guys here. Now I also have a double high lift on this because at the moment in Queensland we've had so much bloody rain that the grass is just wet, and now that we're coming into winter, the grass in the morning is just full of condensation and dew, and I need this double high lift to get the grass to the back of the catcher. So I've modified this to have double high lift. The disadvantage of having a double high lift, it creates more friction, more airflow, so it creates more strain on the motor, which chews through your batteries quicker. See what I said? Like, there's just so many little things to learn about the mower. All right. Other quick thing, since you're still watching, you can actually use this thing as a wheelbarrow up to 20 kg. Bag of cement sitting on top. And away you go, pot plant, whatever. As long as you'll just have to work out how to maintain whatever you're carrying on there, but you can use it as an electric wheelbarrow. Fantastic. All right. Beautiful. Thanks for watching One Green Thumb Gardening. If there's any more details to what I've tried to explain relatively quickly, please drop me a line and leave me a comment. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. See ya.